Hey everyone, welcome back. It is week 2 now on the AMT 12-inch vinyl figures of Captain Kirk, Spock, Bones, Scotty. Not a bad week. I'm not going to take away from the video too much because this is also the first video of doing the filming or video format I'm doing with. I do the video on Saturdays, concentrate on one build, and then this one on Monday is concentrated like on this build, the figures. Please put in the comments, let me know how you like it. I really had a lot of fun. So this week I got a lot of the sanding, a lot of the fixes done, and I started putting color to things. And I really am not going to take away from that. I had fun. I mean, well, I'm not going to take away the video. It was fun. I got closer on the hands. I got figured out the proper what I liked with the heads, and yeah, start getting paint on the uniform. So, with that, if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button. You click on the bell. You click on the bell, and every time I upload a video, you will know. With doing these more in-depth video builds, if I don't explain something in them, or if I do something and you need more clarity, or can you walk me through a little more, or hey Buck, I'm doing a build, can you give me advice, or do you have ideas, or hey, yeah, please email me, bucktmore@gmail.com, or put it in the comment section. Also, with the comment section, I'd say I like getting, hey Buck, great job, hey Buck, different way of doing it, but hey, great job. And Buck, seriously man, what the heck were you thinking? Please put it in the comment sections, and I respond within 12 to 24 hours. And before we go to the bench, sorry guys, I'm at 496. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So with that, let's get to the bench and see the crew. First I'll show you, I got everything sanded where I thought was good, and then I went and reprimed. And when I prime now, I'm looking for, okay, what do I need to do? So I need to fix that up a little bit more, fix it in there. The backside didn't turn out bad, finally, and I can do some work there to smooth it out. But still some more work to do here. And then I'll show you Bones. I spent a lot of time trying to fix what I had to do to make them fit. So it's coming, it's getting there very good. I got a little bit more to do. But that's why I did all the putty, and then I sanded it where it felt good. And then I put another primer coat on, and not a really heavy coat. I just wanted a light coat because there's a lot of paint. And then I could see what I might need to still take care of. And Bones, I'm going to need just to put a little bit more here to get the shirt more even, or I'm going to use my power, or my big sander, because I was using my Dremel to sand down. And so yeah, okay, I can do that. Also, I got working on, I'm getting close to finishing up their hands. So the fingernails that you see, those are not done yet, but I used I found out the pale flesh helps give that nice little background, little depth to it. So now I just got to go and finish them. But let's see if you can. So I went, and this is Spock's, and I went and drew and added some vein lines into his hand. I made those green. The first time I did like the rest of them. Oh, I'll just do the blue. And as you can see, that maybe, hopefully, and very happy with those. So I got to finish the nail. But Mr. Spock, I definitely added that. And there's a couple that not his hands, but a couple I got to do a little bit more blending on. Here's Bones. And as you can see, that's still a little bit up there, so I wanna get that cleaned up. So, hands. Then I started working on the faces. I'm very happy with how Mr. Spock and Leonard Nimoy's came out. Very nice depth. I like it. Add a little bit of that forehead vein. Got a little bit of green there. And then I was very happy with those. And then I got going with these guys, and I'm going, okay, what's going on? Because I mean, you look, and let me see if I can move this. Let me just take it off of here. You look, and I mean, I could still see some depth, but it's just I think I'm gonna I'm just not getting the depth in there like I did with Spock. And actually, I'm kind of happy with Scotty. Got to do a little fixing up there before I call it good. And then Bones, I think I'm going to paint the hair on both of them and see how that'll help shape the face. But I think William Shatner, Captain Kirk, I'm gonna completely clean it and get it back down to the base vinyl, and then go again. So, but yeah, hey, it is what it is. It's okay. This is what happens. So, first thing I'm going to do today is I want to get some more stuff on the bridge, primered up and light blocked, and while that's drying, get working on the rest of it. And then got a little bit more work to do on the phasers. But so here what I did is I went and did I used, what did I use? I'm trying to remember. These little guys, that's steel. I think I did. Oh, sorry guys, trying to remember. I'll figure it out, guys. But then for the top of the phaser, I went and did gunmetal to help, give it that black look. And now I just need to do the little details and finish up and get some repainting done, and then get this protected so I can give it a little bit weather. But that's what's going on. And say hi to my kitty. Alright guys, well, I'm going to get back at it, and I will turn the camera on. I got more to share. Got more sanding done, and here is Captain Kirk. You see a little bit on it, but it's not bad. I'll be okay with that. I might fix that, but can start working on painting with him. Here is Scotty. I don't know if I'm happy yet. I'm close, but I'm gonna do a little more. Like, I gotta do some cleanup in there before I start painting. But I like what it did. It came together, and I tell you what, guys, I had to get my sander out to help me take down, because even though I thought I got it more level, with the way the plastic or the vinyl and everything it's sold, it was okay. But I had to get my big grinder out. So here's Bones, and maybe just a bit work here, but then over here I'm gonna have to do a little bit more, and maybe it'd help if I zoomed out, because I'm thinking I'm right there, and then do a little bit more there, and then fix that up. And then very happy with Mr. Spock's. Got to take care of that, but very happy. And with how that came out on the seams. And the heads are in the cleaner getting depainted, but I thought I'd share. This is in no way done yet, but I thought I'd share. And then, more painting. I hand brushed. Good morning, it is Wednesday, and yes, back at it. First off, I'm going to start pre-shading and taking care of stuff on the vinyl figures of Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, Scotty, and Bones. Okay, as I'm getting things organized, I thought I'd share. So you guys heard me talking about stripping the faces, getting it back down, and I didn't really show you. So I put Super Clean, or what I like to call Purple Power, in here, and I use Purple Power for a big part is stripping the chrome plate on chrome parts on vehicles, chrome parts on ships, spaceships, whatever. I try to strip it off. Now, the one thing I don't do is when I built Tamiya's kits, I don't strip the chrome off of that. That's really good. So what I did, like I said, I put this in the bath yesterday, these heads, and I wanted to get as much of all the paint that I had on there stripped, because yeah, so I can get back and get it even better. So I just want to kind of show you. I still have to wash them, but that's what's going on. And this stuff works great. You can see it starts really getting that paint out. Now, some might not come off. That's okay. but in the end I will get a good clean to it. But I need to get it washed. Now this is the Captain Kirk, and like I said, you can see this, this stuff, works great. Now the only issue is I haven't ever had to redo a kit that I've already sealed. When I have to strip paint or everything, and I'm not sure if I like the paint job before I seal it, and then if I decide that okay, I don't seal the part until I'm fully 100% happy, because when you seal the clear coat seal and paint in, it's gonna, a lot of times it'll protect what you've already got done, and it won't, that barrier sometimes won't, it won't clear through the clear barrier. So be ready for that. It might have to soak a long time to actually get through that barrier to help strip all the paint. So that's where that is. So I'm going to go get these guys washed up, and then get them washed up and start getting them ready to go again as I start working on stuff for the bridge. So let me get this cleaned up and I'll be back. Alright, so last time Mr. Spock, love it. But the problem with Bones, Kirk, and Scotty was somehow the paint just wasn't setting like I wanted it to, and I think it was maybe the base I used. So what I did last time is I went with the T.B.I flat flesh, just went with that and did all my other things, and then it just didn't, it just seemed to, I wasn't spraying hard enough for it to fully coat, but it seemed like it did anyway. So I'm going to start over, and I'm going to start this time with, I'm going to start with, for my base, with the 72.703 Pale Flesh. I'm going to start with that. And then as I start adding more detail layers, it should start helping it really show through. So I'm not even going to pre-shade right now. I want to go ahead and get the base on, and then I can see more areas that I might want to shade more. But again, I'm not going to go crazy. And as you can see, this Pale Flesh, it is very pale. It's almost acting like a primer in itself. But as you can see, and I think this is going to work good. So, and as you see, I make sure I'm trying to get even into, I want to get this color into everything as the base. I want to make sure I got a good base coat. So, but like with a lot of my kits, I don't go right here to paint. I stay back a little bit, because if you get too close, you'll make it run and all another headache. So, and I just keep working, making sure it's good and coated. And then before I finally give a all yes or no, I'm gonna let it sit and start to dry a little bit and see if I need to do some more. So we'll get Mr. Kirk done. Well, I'm going to keep going with these. Alright, here we go. So again, just keep it. I don't want it to be heavy. I want that pale flesh to really look pale, as it's supposed to, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's easier than you want it to be, and then other times it's like, oh my god, why are you being such a pain in the behind? So, okay, let that dry up a bit, and I'll double check that. So, alright, well, I'm going to keep going on these guys, and when I reach another point, once I get them finished, I'll turn the camera on and let you see, and then go from there. So, see you soon. Okay, I still got to clean my airbrush, but Let me try this. I know it's the light, so let's try that. Okay, there we go. There we go. And I like how it's really showing off a lot more depth in, you know, his jawline, his cheeks, his eyes. Very happy with that. And there's Captain Kirk and Scotty. So, yay! Alright, well, first part down. Now wait to do the rest after it dries, or get started on more. So, alright guys, well, I'll see you soon when I get more to share. Okay, gonna start pre-shading and painting on these guys. Bones will do. Bones will do good. So, pants are black, boots are semi-gloss, you know, like that. But a lot of, so there's going to be a lot of, I love all that, but the wrinkles in that, but I was trying to think of how can I show it off more, and I just kind of was like, oh. But the other thing I'm really going to enjoy is there's a lot of this up here to help bring in definition. So, let's do it. So when I go about this, there's not any kind of really, I'm just looking for the depth areas that I need to help highlight a little more. Just kind of like that, in those creases. Wherever the uniform or there's depth, like there, here, and across the elbow, just creating depth in there. And then the markings for the uniform, I'm gonna paint the bottom completely black because I want that shadow, that depth in there to come through. And then I'm gonna just darken the rest of the uniform that I can see. And okay, and then just kind of keep going at it, guys. I mean, if you think like that, oh my god, pre-shading is great because it doesn't have to be completely spot on either. So that's the great thing about pre-shading. It's just, and sometimes, yeah, and then make sure sometimes, like when that happens, I will grab a Q-tip and I'll just wipe the inside of it a little bit and then go back. So, but this is just pre-shading for me. And like I said, you see that? So if it keeps squirting like that and you try to clean it and it does that, it's easy. Just get a Q-tip or something and go. And then the best way is I'll blow it out on there before I even really get started. So chew up. Now the great thing is there's a lot of things like his shoulder thing here. See what I'm saying? And then other times just get a paper towel. I don't get you. Why are you doing that? Alright. My paint might be a little thinner than it needs to. I should have, but it's what it is. So, and then like the medical strap for the tricorder, I will go ahead and get completely blackened because I know 90%, and then the other detail work I can do later. But this way, I'm not going to have to try to fight ruining any paint on the shirt when I go to mask off that, and yay. So, and then I do both sides. I want to make sure, because you see it's got that little lip, I want to make sure I get that. And yeah, so, and then again, start on the arm, and okay, we'll do you. Yeah, now it's really starting to come out. It's like, what the heck? Okay. Okay. So just trying to make sure I get all the shadows, the depth that I can. Turn that right down a little bit, and there we go. Sorry guys. This. Okay, there we go. And there's this side. And I will go ahead and also do the collar. I mean, I could do it later, but this way, again, like I said, this way I can protect any paint that I do on the shirt, because if I do the shirt first and then go to try to mask, sometimes that works worse for me. But what I'll do is, when these dry, I will go in and then I'll just use a bit of a, I have clear, I got satin, crystal, gloss and matte in the Vallejo little jug, so I can paint that without having to, I can put that on and protect the paint without having to spray the whole kit with clear. So now the other issue is like, okay, well, I got the black out, so I'm going to go ahead and do the pants. Actually, you know what? Before I do the pants, I want to let this get a little bit more dry because I'm going to have to be up here. But what I can do is I can start appreciate the other guys, and just trying to make sure. Okay, then I can start appreciating the other guys. So I'm not going to make you guys keep watching me appreciate, because so that's how I do it. And when I have more to share, when I get going on more, I'll turn the camera back on for you guys. So see you soon. Okay, so that was 2 coats, and the first coat you saw, and then when I got them all done the first time, the first layer, the first pass, I added a little more thinner to thin the paint down a little more, to help give even more coverage, get better coverage. So, and I will show that to you guys next time I need to do that, which will be here probably soon. But now, complete black, and I got my foam boards stacked up so I can lay everybody on their heel and on their shoulders, so this doesn't get touched. Because after it gets really good and dry, this, yes, I'm gonna do my, I am gonna clear coat it pretty well. And so yeah, but I thought I'd share, that's what I was looking for. And cool. So alright guys, I'll come back when I got more to share. Alright, well, these guys have had a nice little bit of time dry, and I'm going to try something different. So see what you guys think, and if I have to do it again, I will. So I'm going to go ahead and try using dark flesh tone to help deepen the shadows a little bit better and a little bit more than the first time, and not as much. So again, I'm just trying to highlight the depth. And there's not a real, I mean, if you guys know better ways, please use it and share with me. But basically, I'm just trying to get a little more depth than what I had the last time, and the paint just, to me, a flesh tone on that was like, oh my god. It's good, it wasn't doing what I wanted it to. And Just a little more here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say okay, and I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, and then we'll see what it looks like when I do another coat. So there he is, and then I'll finish with Kirk and turn the camera off. So again, like I said, I got my brush turned this where I can, when I pull the trigger, I can do thin lines. It helps control the trigger pressure. Kind of like that, just trying to find that. Okay, yep, go with that for now, and well, when I get going on more stuff, I'll turn the camera back on, guys, but there's the start again, so see you when I get back, or when I come back. Good morning, Friday, and yes, I'm at the bench. So, got the clear coat on all of them done. So now the next thing is I'm gonna go do a little light wet sanding. I'm gonna show you that because you see how that happens sometimes when you spray. It might have been too much. I thought I was light, but you'll see that, and I'll show you how to take care of that. But yes, all the characters' pants are taken care of. I'm gonna go do some touch-ups, and then I need to mask off the pant leg down here so I can take care of the boots. And then once those are taken care of, I can mask this hole down and take care of the torso. And the reason I did it this way, it's easier to mask the legs than trying to, okay, I'm going to get all this done, and then you're trying to mask the arms and the torso. So for me, getting the pants and boots done, and then that's all good to go, is one, it's going to give me a good handhold. Two, it'll keep it nice and clean. So that's the plan on that one. And then I did do a bit more on their faces, not much, but a bit more. And I'm trying a technique that and I'm sorry I didn't share this with you guys. I'm trying a technique that I learned on when I did the tall man bust. So like I said, I went with the pale flesh. Then I went with which one did I use? I used dark flesh to help deepen the shadows, and then what I did to help do a little bit of highlighting, I went back with the T.B.I X27 clear to give a little more highlight and depth into certain areas. So I'm going to take a little bit, look at it a little bit more, see if I need to do anything else, and then hopefully I'll get started on getting blending coat and getting these guys getting there. The fun part's going to be actually how I'm going to try to do that black outline on the badge. And the inner one's easy. I can take care of that. That's no issue. But saving, and it's not very much, so we're going to work on that too together. Alright guys, well, let me get some things cleaned up, moved around, and let's get started. Okay, so these guys, like I said, they're all clear coated, and right excuse me. So I was talking about that wet sanding, like right there. So I have many different grains of sandpaper, but for taking care of something like this, I go with 3000 grit. And just do real quick here. Get you cut. Where did I put you little buggers? Oh, buried under these. Don't need a whole lot, but I also do this after I get a good. I like my paint, so I like my everything, and I will do a very, very light wet dusting to take off those old oops. So, okay, first you got to start soaking your sandpaper, and then I kind of wet that down where I want to do it. And basically, with wet sanding, you're sanding, but you're not putting any pressure. Or if you are, you're putting barely any pressure. And then, want to see how it looks, you can do that. So I can touch that up. That's easy. But sometimes that does happen, but I can touch that up. So then I just go through and I look and make sure everything is good. And now I need to get his boots masked off. So let's do that real quick. Make sure everything's dry. So I think this is my 10. I'm not sure, but this comes in handy for quite a lot of things. Trust me, I have lots of masking tape. So what I'm going to do right now is I need to protect this from doing the work on the boot. And the way I want to do it, so I can make sure I could do that, but no. Sometimes don't ever be afraid, guys, to push it down in, and you can trim that. Now, when doing circles like this, a lot of times I will have to cut my tape or tear my tape because it won't. If I try to do that bend, it's gonna bunch up and get even worse. So do that. That I'm okay with. And then, yeah, I'm getting low on that one. Have to find some tape here real soon. I got it, don't worry about that. But again, all I do is sometimes when I'm doing that, I'll tear these guys down into smaller pieces so they're easier to work, around that, and I'll just stick them where I can find them. And do one more here. And okay. Now, when you're doing like a curve like that, you want to either tack your tape down at the bottom of it or at the top of it. Don't push it all the way down. And then let the tape fold in like that, and then you can keep going. And again, like I said, just find a spot that, top or bottom. So let's say, all right, if you go from the bottom, you're going into the curve. Take you tack it down at the bottom, okay? Then either your finger or a toothpick, push that tape till it's tight and up against in there like you want, and then you can fold that down. Just like that. And we got a little bit more to do. And of course, it's on the inside of the leg. But hey, that's okay. We got this. Okay. And again, I just do that. And I make sure it is all down in there. And let's see if I get lucky. If I get lucky on this last one. Okay. I should. Now, again, now here, because it's easier for me to tack it down on top, kind of like that. Actually, no, I need to do a little more. Okay. Alright, so I'll tack it down, and then if you have a toothpick, this is where toothpicks, I have a lot of toothpicks, but this is where a toothpick comes in more handy, is when you're trying to make sure it's in there, and you got that line, you see that? I use this to help do the work it needs to be doing. So then try to get that guy kind of set down and do one more little piece like that right there. Darn it. And again, like I said, sorry if I got out of camera. Again, like I said, I'm tacking it down, pushing it down there. And now with this little like that, it's easier to get in there. So when I get done doing the masking, since I'm going to the boot and I've taken my toothpick and I've found the actual edge where I want to do it, have a good sharp X-Acto and barely any pressure. Let the knife do the work for you. I kind of make sure that I am making the cut where I need to. And if something like that happens when it starts to peel up, it's because of the way the tape is on there. Just move it around, kind of like so. And then the fun part, inside the legs. And you'll see sometimes when you do that, the tape likes to pick itself back up. But, okay, oops. And okay. And okay. Now that that's all down, when you start to pull it, pull gently, because sometimes it'll pull all the tape up, or even what you're trying to mask. And I use now like that. It didn't get all the way down like I wanted it to. So I can do that. I can just tweak it a little bit like so, and then like that. And as you see, it is coming off. Now I'll go back through and make sure everything is where I want it here, and make sure I get the pieces that didn't want to come away. Okay. Come on. Okay, and then I'll go back in and clean that up. But that's the start, and I'll make sure I get these really good masked off, and then I'll do the same for under the shirt at the waistline, and then I'll use like a paper towel, or if I have a big enough, very light adhesive masking tape, I'll use that. So, all right, I'm gonna get back at it, guys. All right, I thought I would share this with you guys. So. The legs are going to be a problem when you go to spray, because there's going to be a gap. If you mask, you can do tape, or you can do something like this. I cut down a paper towel, an old used one, an old dry one. Then I will basically just get it as much, or actually no, not there. Sorry guys. Let's go. There, that's better. Okay. Somewhat better, but we'll start with it. So, the first one I'm going to do is going to be right here on the bottom on his boot. And I'm going to make sure that this tape is on the mask tape I've already got going on, because if I don't, this tape will leave some unbelievable residue if you don't take care of it. Because alright, so just gonna finish wrapping up this leg. Maybe let's try it this way. Okay, there we go. And okay, there we go. So now I am going to do that one there. I'm going to do another one there. And then I'll do one right here where it's on top. Now don't worry about that. I got another thing I'm going to share with you guys. So, got another leg to do, right? So, again, sometimes I just want to, sometimes you got to kind of plan how you want to roll it, because sometimes it can do things like, wait a second, that's not what I wanted. So kind of have a bit of a plan out. somewhat of a plan anyway. You think putting paper towel on a model would be easy, and then there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, do that one right there, and gotta mix more tape. Never enough tape, I tell you. Okay. Let's break you down a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to do that. Okay, so now that I've gotten it pretty well done, I take another piece of paper towel, and so I don't waste any more tape than I need to, make sure I got a big enough piece of paper towel. And nope, too big. That probably will work, but just a lot of it. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I can live with that. Okay. So, do that. Do that. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to take it off camera. And there. And on the back side. Okay. Okay. Now then other times I'll take just kind of a little bit of leftover, tear it up a little bit, and because of that I just stuff. I don't have to do any more tape, and now Mr. Kirk, Captain Kirk is ready. Good morning. Yes, morning, and I'm down here and it's Saturday. Wow. What a thing, right? Alright, so I've started working on getting the torso, so I'm starting with Mr. Spock and Bones. The AMT instructions from the kit called for light blue. But a lot of the reference pictures, I mean, yes, it is a light blue with, let's see if I can do this without... Okay, I'm trying to go more for that blue there, and so what I did is my base is XF8 flat blue, and then I slowly added in light blue to help lighten it up, take it from that really dark blue, and I'm kind of happy. I've mixed it all together in my brush, and I'm kind of happy with it. So, yay, let's see. And this is just the first pass, so there'll be more. And yeah, I know I didn't tape up the collar, but that's okay. That'll be easy to paint. And then like I said, I just slowly start going little passes. Now, so that's how I'm going, and when I get the first pass done on Bones, then I'll go to Mr. Spock and go back and forth. So, and yes, I have masked off the insignia badge. It's okay if it doesn't stay completely masked. That's alright. And then, yeah, with the arms and everything like this is, you're going to have to really make sure that you got that paint in there. Because I've done that before. I think I got everything good, and then I go look at it and I missed a whole big part because the body, the torso, and the arm aren't playing nice together. So, or just a little too close, as they would say. And as you notice, I'm just doing big areas right now because I just want to get paint down so it has something to start building on. Okay, there's that first one. And I've got it to where I think, yeah, okay, I got it set up on my foam board where it's propped like that so nothing hits that. So now Mr. Spock, here we go. I always start on the back for some reason. I like the back. It's just a nice area. And like I said, because I do, you know, these are big, long paint jobs, it's good every once in a while to shut the brush down so the compressor can build air back up. Just FYI, guys, if you're painting like a big subject like this and you notice the paint starting to not come out as good as it was, it's probably because the compressor needs to build up more air. And I've learned that too with mine, with doing these big kits. And make sure, like where the shirt is, make sure don't forget to get that too. Okay, so that's the first passes for Bones and Mr. Spock. And I'll turn the camera back on when I got them all finished out. But alright guys, well I'm going to get at it and I'll be back. Alright, going now to Captain Kirk, and it calls for yellow ochre, and I don't have that, so I'm coming as close as I can. So what I looked up online, I used my dark yellow from Vallejo, and then I just barely, I added a fraction of, added a little blue and a little red, and then mixed it up till I got there. And I'm running it now, and see how I'd like it after it dries, but we'll see that together. So. The fun, right? Like I said again, I'm just getting the base down, just so it has something to grab onto. Like I said again, I'm not going absolutely crazy. Never do. Can't do that, because if you try to do that, it's a mess, guys. Trust me on that. It becomes a real hell of a mess. Yay, paint, right? Shoot. I didn't mix up enough. Alright, let me get some more mixed up and I'll turn the camera back on when I'm happy with it. Just sit you there, Mr. Kirk. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright, got that fixed. Hopefully I don't have to mix it again. Because when I use the Vallejo paints, I don't put a lot, and I've shown you guys, because a little goes a long, long way. But okay, well that's the first pass, so I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes and then hit it with another coat. So I'll be back when he gets his shirt. Alright, I got Captain Kirk finished, or at least the chest anyway, so that's not a bad reference picture. Maybe that's a little lighter, but dang, that is dang close. Yes, I'm happy. Alright guys, gotta let him dry now, so we let them all dry. And once they get good and dry, then I'll put on a protective clear coat. And then go in and start doing some detail painting. The badge, the rank on the wrist, all that. So, yay! Alright, I gotta get stuff cleaned up. Alright, I'm working on the heads again, and I changed up, and I'm starting to really like this effect. So what I did is I went with my base with the flat flush XF15, and then I started adding a bit of flat white, Tamiya flat white XF2, and to help lighten up the flat and the deepness of the flat flesh. So it's actually it's doing really good. And also I'm keeping my brush far away. I don't want to get up here. I just want it to walk through. I just want him to pass through, get a little bit of that color. As you can see, I'm just staying far away, and I'm blending now. This is the blending coat to tie everything in together. Sorry guys, and like I said, I'm pretty far away. So, I mean, that's about right there. It's how far I am, like right there. So. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry, or get pretty well dry, so I can see how that's coming around. But I'm going to go ahead and, come here Bones, let's do you too. Alright, I usually start around the cheek or the neck just in case the brush drips or blows. But like I said again, I am staying particularly, I just want to blend, and sometimes keeping back further instead of up here really helps, because it lays really nice. And I can keep it back here, I can control how thick it is going on. Okay, same there. Now that I'm starting to do that, I'm going to allow everything to have a second or a couple minutes to get it decent dry, and then I'll go back in again and spray. But all right, Captain, your turn. Like I said again, I stay far. Stay a bit back. So. Just kind of like that, guys. I mean, it takes a little bit sometimes, but that's how I've started it. So, to rehash, I stripped the head, reprimed it, did a base of the Vallejo pale flesh, then let that dry. Then I went back in and I lightly misted highlight parts this clear red to help bring out a little bit more, maybe cause a little bit more depth. And then with the overall blending coat here is Tamiya flat flesh and Tamiya flat white. And I didn't go excessive on that. You just want to bring it up to lighten the color. Now I could have probably gone even lighter, but that's okay. So, all right, Scotty should be ready, and yes, all right, Mr. Scott. Let's see. And then sometimes I back up I really pull myself back because sometimes when you're like this on a kit, you're over it and you're like, oh. Sometimes when you pull it back and just look at it, it'll talk to you. It'll tell you, okay, maybe just a little bit more, or no, maybe that's enough. And just looking at it, his face, yep, it's dang close. So okay, yep, I really like how Scotty's face came. Okay, great. Oh, sorry, didn't share, guys. Really like how that came out. So, I'll finish getting the other ones taken care of, and I'll turn the camera back on when they're ready. I'll see you soon. Alright guys, well this is where I'm going to end it for the week, and get the videos put together. Mr. James T. Kirk, Mr. Spock, Bones, and Scotty. Sorry guys. And then I got the hands pretty well squared away. So, yay! Alright guys, well, have a great, awesome, safe, fun weekend. Have a great, awesome, safe, and fun week next week. And I'll see you guys back here on the bench.